All right. Welcome to the live stream. My name is Dan. This is Neomustangs, and this is my FOXBODY Mustang channel. Anyways, we'll wait for a couple people to get in. I'm a little early right now. We're gonna stream for an hour, talk some Mustangs, talk some shop, and then I'm gonna get off. But I figured I would come in a little bit early. Wow, turbo bracket. Forgot I cut that off. So what's happening? Like I said, I'm a few minutes early, but try to make a good time frame between like 8 and 8:30. So some of the other time zones can sneak in or whatever. But anyways, as you can see from the thumbnail, and I'll talk about it more when we get in. There's an event coming up. There's a couple events coming up that I'm looking forward to being part of. Been working hard on the white car, getting it ready. And, you know, we've been running fairly well with it. I've been doing a lot of shakedowns with it, you know, driving at 10, 15, 20 miles, trying to make sure the heat doesn't, you know, it doesn't act up a heat or whatever. So, what's up, Andy? What's up, Ryan, Sean, Stangman? What's going on, boys? I just got back from a track meet. My son, I do a lot of coaching and I do a lot of youth sports and middle school sports with my son. So, you know, I'm very proud of him, but just got back just a few minutes ago. So I'm a little tired from being out in the sun all day, but you know, we're gonna get this live stream in and then we're gonna enjoy the evening, talk some Mustangs and have some fun. What's up, cousin Paul? So I do want to preface this one live stream that I usually do anyways, but I do stream on OBS, so it's not 110% perfect as far as quality is concerned. I'm thinking about switching to StreamYard so I can invite people into my stream, so that's probably going to happen here soon. But there is about an 8-second delay for when your chat, you type something in and I see the chat. So if I don't answer your questions right off the bat, if you have any, or don't respond to it, I'm usually pretty good about going through chat or whatever. So anyways, yeah, we got an event coming up this weekend, big event. It's called Fat Man Invasion. If you guys have ever seen that before, let me see if I can't show it to you real quick. Not really. Anyway, Fat Man Invasion is a charity that is ran here in Northeast Ohio, and it's really kind of evolved from like a 2,000 car car show here at our local track in Thompson, to it's evolved to you know, like a shootout too. So I'm not going to be able to do the shootout with the white car, but I do think my buddy Mustang Mike, who usually fills in for me if I can't race an event, we'll probably make some hits in the white car, shake it down Saturday morning. I'll do that most of the day because in the evening I have to go to my daughter's recital. So, you know, family first, FOXBODYs are second. So, but Mike says he'll drive it. He'll have no problems taking it, sending it, or whatever. So, anyways, to my surprise, I was streaming through Facebook and I come up on a tag, an NMRA tag. And I'm like, bro, like NMRA, if you guys look at my black car, you'll see that NMRA, I got stickers all over it, right? And it's kind of like, you know, I'm not a sticker guy. Like, so those stickers aren't on there because I want to look cool or they add horsepower. Because, you know, if that was the case, my sticker would, you know, my car would be full of stickers. But like the black car's got stickers on it that I had to wear or had to put on the car if I was going to like race in an event like NMRA. It's got a bunch of NMRA stuff. So like this weekend or in a couple weeks when we go to NMRA, they're going to tell me that I got to put stickers on my car. I know they're going to do it. They always do it. So I'll have to put an NMRA sticker on the side quarter window. And then for Tremec, which will probably be running the stick shift shootout, I'll probably have to put some sort of Tremec sticker on it somewhere. So that's how that kind of works. That's where those stickers on my black car come from, is they came from events that I had to wear the stickers to race in the event. So they were kind of earned more than like the only sticker that's on there that wasn't, you know, it wasn't free was the Neomustangs one, but obviously, but anyways, go ahead and hit me with some stuff in chat when you guys want to, guys got questions or whatever. You know, I'm just going to ramble on and we'll talk. What's up, Pat Turchin? They take 500 cars to race plus the shootout, right? So the shootout, what they'll do at the Fatman Invasions this Saturday, which is a big race event, is they're going to have, you know, they're going to let cars go up and down the track all day for the most part. I'll probably be able to make a couple hits. But then they do this street car, like big horsepower shootout in the afternoon and the evening, where they'll track prep and then they'll run it for 2 or 3 hours. But I unfortunately will not be able to race my car there. However, like I said, my buddy Mustang Mike will get in behind the wheel and he'll make some hits in it and we'll shake it down. Anyways, Sean Ray, hey, question, Dan, the man. I've noticed when I hit my car, I can feel the rear end move, like it twists a little. I got new upper lower controls and new adjustable shocks. So you need to check you need to check to make sure that your upper lower control arm bolts are all tight, because that's a clear sign of it moving. Also, there's poly joints at the top of the differential. If you didn't replace those when you replaced your control arms, they're probably beat to hell. So you want to try to check those out, because I mean those things get whooped. I mean those things get whooped, man. They get cracked up and they get broken and all this other stuff. So you also want to check your torque boxes, because if you're really moving around, that's not good. So your torque boxes might be coming out of place. You need to check the spot welds. Andrew Hannon, the only reason why I kept mine on. That's right. So, what's up, Aaron Lenemon? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna shake the car down. Okay, so just so you guys know what's going on. I got all this stuff going on. I got multiple Fox bodies on the channel for a reason. It keeps things fresh. Dad's stock block, stock whatever is gonna stay exactly that, and cousin Paul and I are gonna go to NMRA on June, is it 12th or 13th, which let me explain how I even got there. So I'm scrolling through Facebook, okay? And I was talking about the stickers that are on my black car. And I noticed that NMRA popped up. I haven't looked at an NMRA ad in probably 3 or 4 years, because they got rid of the stick shift event. Like many years ago, 2013, 2014, 15, 16, 15, that's minus 15 because something happened where NMRA didn't come to Norwalk. I don't remember. But for like 4 or 5 years, the black car ran stick shift turbo and got faster in those years. And you know, I actually made it to the quick 8 a handful of times. I got the plaques over here on the wall. Long story short, that was like the who's who stick shift in like North America or Northeast Ohio and stuff. So it was always a fun event that you looked forward to and you built your car all year for. So it was like, you know, it was the official event that came to town. You know what I mean? There was magazines and sponsors and vendors, and it was huge. So me and Mustang Mike and even cousin Paul and Sandy and just like a group of us would all camp out there. And it was like the event of the year. You know, it happened once a year. There's also NMCA, but it wasn't as good. But Tremec this year came back. So I didn't know this. Like, it was kind of cool, because I'm like, you know, I'm a stick shift guy for life. So Tremec came back to NMRA in Norwalk. So it was time to get out. You know, it's time to bust out the old slicks and go make some hits. Because how it works is NMRA has a True Street division where you take a 30-mile cruise in your car. Now, here's some really cool. I'm going to actually do a video of my whole experience. You guys are going to see all of this coming up in a couple weeks. It's going to be fun. You guys will really enjoy the video. Now, it's a 4-day event, but the True Street event is legitimately 1 day. So if I go on a Saturday morning, like, you can tell how excited I am. If I go on like a Saturday morning, then like I can make the True Street event, you know, get teched in, get everything set up. I already know my car's shook down, ready to go, full of E85. And at that point, once you get teched in, you get the card, you get a sticker, then you line up for the 30-mile cruise. And it's really cool because you got all these cars in this cruise, and it's state boy assisted. So you'll have like state boys, you know, driving you through this, you know, like Sandusky area, Norwalk area. It's crazy. So like we'll drive 15 miles up, and there's not any red lights really. It's kind of like a small highway, but you make a 30-mile trip all in a row up, and then you turn around and you come back 15 miles. And you do go through a little bit of stop and go traffic, but when you come back from the 30-mile trip, if you pull over and you pop your hood, you're done. So like the biggest rule about the NMRA is you cannot pop your hood. You can check your air tires, add air to your tires, and you can add fuel, and that's just about it. So as soon as you get back, they line you all up on the road, and you make 3 straight hits. Like you make a hit and then go get back in line, your car gets time to cool down, but this whole time you're not allowed to pop your hood. So if something goes wrong, you're done. So I'm really kind of nice. I'm really kind of excited because I haven't been able to do the NMRA in a long time. So we make our 3 hits, and they'll take our average. And then it'll be cool because if I get into the top 8, we'll race Sunday. This year, Tremec and McLeod, because McLeod's always all over Tremec when they're doing an event like that. And McLeod's like, all right, well, we're going to give a free twin disc flywheel setup to the winner of the stick shift event. So they'll take our 3 true street. So I'll be double entered. I'll be entered into the true street, and I'll be entered into the stick shift. And my true street times that I run have to be on dot radials, which I already have on my car anyways. So I'll have to make 3 straight passes. They'll take my average, and if I'm in the top 8, then I think I can put my slicks on for the shootout on Sunday, and I get a chance to win a twin disc. I think the runner-up wins a $500 gift card. But when I won, I got runner-up. I think I got runner-up once. I got the $500 gift card, and what did we do with that? I don't even remember. I think that was my first twin disc that I bought that with. Or I got a smoking deal. I can't remember what it was. Bob Scheid hooked me up with that. Hooked me up with a twin at the event. But anyway, it's a great event, guys. Like, this is why I don't, like, I've had this turbo kit in and out of this car like 3 times this year. And I've always changing things up with my black and my white car because I'm just trying to find the best way that these cars are gonna, that they're gonna run. You know what I mean? So, long story short, I hope to make the Sunday event. Wouldn't it be some crazy shit to stick that Vengeance clutch in that car? Having a McLeod, I think if I have a McLeod clutch in my car, I think that you get like an extra bonus for wearing their clutch when you win or you get into the finals or whatever. But I don't know anything about the Vengeance clutch, and I don't know if I want to, the annual event that I used to love to race in and look forward to every year. I don't know if I want to trust it on something like that. But anyways, let me get back into chat here. I'll stop babbling or whatever. What's up, Broken Tool? What's going on, Fat Boy Fox? Daddy Joe Racing. What's happening in the house? MJ83 GT. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, they said that there was like 3 events or something this year that Tremec was going to sponsor or whatever. So I'm excited to see that they're back. So we're gonna get it shook down, make sure she can drive 30 miles, be full at E85, and we're just gonna send it. So, anyways, what we got? Anybody got some questions for me? Like I apologize for not being like overly like excited or whatever. I'm exhausted. I'm not even gonna lie to you. What's up, sweet as sugar? Yeah, look, Fun Ford weekend was pretty cool. Like, if you guys can get an opportunity, I kicked the camera. If you guys can get an opportunity to take your car and race in some of these events, they're not, it's kind of intimidating to race an event because you think that, you're going to get smoked by these other cars. Honestly, like, NMRA event isn't terrible because there's different classes for just about everything. They got a truck class, they got a limited outlaw, they got an outlaw. You see what I mean? So you won't necessarily be racing against like crazy cars. They'll pin you up against some pretty true street people. And the cool thing about true street class is they have like the 9.0 index, the 10.0 index, 11, 12. So you can potentially win your money back if you were to win your index. So we're going to take the faceplate and put it in Dad's car, and Cousin Paul's going to chase. Now, Cousin Paul won the 14-0 index back in 2016 when I got to the semifinal or the finals. Did I get to the finals? Was it 16? I think we did it the same. I think we did it the same NMRA event in Norwalk, because he always brought the True Street NMRA and Stick Shift Tremec event, sponsored event at Norwalk. That was one of their places they always came to. They stopped doing it years ago, but I guess this must be the first time that they've came back in a while, because I'm all in, man. I'm focusing on it. So. So anyways, we are going to stick with Dad's stock motor, and we're going to see if we can run it back again with Cousin Paul and Dad's car. So we're going to put the faceplate in it so Cousin Paul doesn't miss a shift. And then we're just going to use, I think we're just going to run, I think with the Vortec and all motor, he'll run 12 O's, no problems or whatever. So. He'll be running for the 12-0 index for the for the actual True Street event, whereas I'm going to chase the stick shift shootout stuff. So we'll be aiming for two different things, which would be kind of nice. What's really cool about the shootout with a stick shift too is whatever my 3 passes are. So let's say I go out and run, and we're talking quarter mile, guys. I know you guys down in the South do a lot of eighth. They're going to take your 3 passes an average. So say I averaged, 990, 10-0, on a dot radio, which would be really good for me. I think with the shootout on the Sunday when I come back and because that'll be a Saturday, the shootout will allow me to run slicks. I don't think there's a rule I think the rules change when I get the shootout or whatever. So it'd be some good times, boys. What's up, Robert Kretz? Good to see you. Anthony Wilson. Appreciate the guys in the green. You guys are my club members. Now, remember, guys, we're going to be doing some giveaways this year. Now, I know that, giveaways are kind of a thing right now. I think that's really cool what some of the other content creators are doing by giving away what they're doing. I think that's excellent. They're giving something back to the community. Hell, Caleb gives away cars. So you guys got to stay tuned to Foxcast. You got to stay tuned to Brutal, because they're always giving some really cool stuff away. So my giveaway stuff this year is going to be sort of like Caleb. I don't know if Caleb does it every year with the cars, or I don't know his format, but I'm going to do my giveaways at the end of the year, kind of like a Christmas thing. So there is a join button below, and I keep talking about it on my channels. It'll be my membership thing, just kind of like Caleb did with 4 to 8. He gave away a car to his channel membership. So we're going to be giving away several levels of membership stuff. So it'll be really cool. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's not going to be crappy gifts. I think you guys are actually going to be impressed. Anyway, what else we got to talk about? So that just, that was basically the whole, a big part of this mainstream right now. It was me talking about Fat Man invasions and NMRA, and it's just like, I guess I want to go into the next conversation is, guys, don't waste time. If you can be part of an event, like some of the worst things, like I'm gonna get serious with you too. I love to smoke and joke and have a good time, but one of the biggest problems we have as Mustang owners and people that enjoy their car casually, or weekend racers, or, Jack Stand Queen, Dino Dan, whatever, is we leave them go too long. I guess the point I'm trying to make is we leave them too long, like in like build status. And I made the KISS video a while back, keep it stupid simple. And that's basically what I still follow that today with the black and the white car. And it's just like, you got to get in your car, you got to get it finished, you got to drive it even if it isn't right. Especially in the day and age we live in right now. It's 2021, everything's on back order. So make your own shit. Or, you know what I mean? Or just wait for the back order. But if you could get out there in the garage and you can get your stuff done, Guys, go get it. Go get your wrenches, man. Let's start wrenching down on some stuff. Let's go. I'm not waiting on nothing. That turbo kit did not like my 363. So it went back in the 408. Now, I want you guys in chat. You know, we'll save that. We'll save that. I'm going to make a video of both my 408 with the same kit my 363 had, and we're going to compare horsepower numbers. So you guys will enjoy that video because I took two cars, two different engines, same computer, same trans, same rear axle build for the most part, same gears, and I dynoed them both with the same turbo kit. And there's some really cool information I want to show you in those videos. But anyways, what's up, Frank 3 Stangs? What's up, 417 Fox? How we doing? Took my 89 out to autocross. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. We need some autocross people in our genre. With mismatched tires, worn out rear end clutches, 250k mile engine, had a blast. That's what I'm talking about, Broken Tool. That's what I'm talking about. Guys, enjoy your car. We're going to spend more time staring at that car trying to make it perfect. Did you guys see my car? Did you guys see my car at FTO? I had clear coat peeling. This chair needs WD-40. It's ridiculous. Cousin Fred done got this chair all beat up. Cousin Paul. Anyway, my car was definitely not perfect, but I wasn't going to FTO without black car. So that build wasn't ready, but I mean, I would have still sent it. We went fast when we got off the trailer when we got home, but my clear coat was peeling. My paint was faded. I mean, I had runs in my, I had runs into my Celine wing. It's just about, it ain't got to be perfect, man. I enjoyed everything at FTO. I enjoyed everybody's car, whether it was perfect or not. And I want to see more of that, Paul's been wrenching on Smurf too. Man, I am doing it, bro. What up, Broken Tool? Yeah. I've told Paul 3 times now. This chair is terrible. This is Fred's fault, man. He lose weight, we might not have broken chairs in the garage. They don't even roll, man. I mean, I swear he ate my my stool. Like there's a whole leg missing. MJ83, the black car is still a great. I appreciate that. I mean, we're going to paint that car this year. Like, we're going to get that car. Like, you guys see it got the 363. We're going to put the big boy kit on there. We're going to put the big boy turbo that we ordered on there. We're going to make some really stupid power, hopefully. And actually, we're going to stick the Terminator X in the white car before we do the black car. So, I shouldn't be messing with 2 cars. I get it. It's ridiculous. But I've saved over the years, and I'm in a position to where I could have 2 of them to go back and forth on. So, and I can tell you that 408 strokers make some freaking torque, bros. Man, I hate we didn't get. Hey, that's no problem. 417. I seen you out there. Hey, you had the best booth set up. You had a really good booth set up. I was telling everybody, I was complimenting it for show. I mean, I'm like, man, that's just like, it was like a little market. It was pretty cool. Your voice isn't matching the vid. What's that mean? How about that vert to coupe build? Well, we're going to be getting back into that, Andy, after we get done with, after we get the black car back started again. Listen, let me tell you what's going on with the vert to coupe build. And I'll be straight honest with you guys. I want to do the hatchback version of that. But I want to do the convertible version first because it's easier and I want to know what I'm doing. I have looked, legitimately, I have probably 10 convertibles. None of them are good donors. I cannot find a convertible body, 4-cylinder or V8 that's a roller. That's just a shell with a title. For all the people that's been parting cars out for so many years, I just can't find it. So that's what we're waiting on. If I'm not going to fail on coupe divert build. I'm not going to do it because I'll cut it off and I'll redo it and I'll fix it and whatever. It's not that difficult. And so when I create the coupe, I'm going to create it with a vert that's worth creating it with. And I haven't found it yet. So I had a line on a couple of them when I made those videos and it just didn't pan out. I need a good, clean 4-cylinder convertible body shell with a title because I'm not doing the VIN swap stuff. That's illegal. I ain't messing with that. I just want to put the roof on it and line it all up. I know I can do it. It is not hard. I'm going to get it done and I'm going to show you guys. Then I'm going to do the hatchback version of it. But we're not going to do them back to back. But let's get that one done first. So that's what happened to the coupe build. It's on hold because I'm looking for a body. So I got 3 or 4 hatchbacks I could do it to. And if push comes to shove, that's what we're going to do. What's your thoughts in boosting stock cam 1.7 rockers, trick flow stage 1? What are you asking, Jerry? What's my thoughts on it? I say send it. Faux show. Is my videos not matching my voice? Is there a delay? Like when I say something, does it show that I'm saying that or is there like a voice delay? So we do also have, I mean, Smurfett's talking about it here in chat right now. We also have a big engine swap that we have to do for that car because Smurfett is Sandy. If you've seen her in the last video with the Grudge Night short, the Easter egg video. So Sandy, you guys know I painted a car grabber blue. So we ended up, we have to do a big engine swap. And it's gonna take some time. So we got a lot of things going on in the shop. I mean, it's never ending, but for the short term, I got to get this thing shook down for Fatmans. I got to go A to B several times, and I got to trust the car again. And then I got to get ready for the NMRA, which is where I'll probably put the Terminator X in. So we'll find out Wednesday. So you guys need to be paying attention to these videos coming up because it's race season. You know, I'll always be throwing those short videos out there. I'm going to shake this white car down Wednesday and see if I can't go A to B without hitting the damn wall. I appreciate that, Robert. Swapping on 3 kit, I hope. Actually, the on 3 kit's on the... It's not even an on 3 kit anymore. Let me be honest with you, Pat. It ain't. I used half of the passenger header. The driver header's still on 3. I pretty much created my own cross. I've created my own downpipe and my pipe back to the... half of the cold side has been modified. So yeah, it's based off of an on 3 kit, but it's like kind of moving towards my own custom design. Kind of like yours. So what we're going to do is we're going to shake that down and be done. I got to paint the hood. Got to make it look decent. And I kind of hate these headlights, so don't laugh at me. Let me go ahead and see if I can't. I'm trying to think how. Can you see the headlights? Yeah, it's the I don't like the Euro headlights. I'm trying to get some of the like factory looking ones. So I'm probably gonna order a set from NMRA or whatever. So, or eBay. I don't know, something better. Anyways, we good here? Always got to check that. At least you not one piece. Yeah, no, look. I don't know if you watched Nikia's video, Brutal's video from, God, he made that video 3 or 4 years ago. 3 years? 2 years ago? Whatever. Like, I haven't made, that's a video that I haven't made that I probably should do is top 5 things you shouldn't do to a FOXBODY. And just to give you my opinion on what those things should be. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Headlights would probably be one of them. So anybody got any questions for me? What's going on? What's good? Is anybody going to Bleed for Blue in Chicago? That is coming up about a month from now. Completely missed. Are you running the stock cam in your dad's car? Yes. Dad's car is bone stock speed density. Bone stock meaning I did change the springs on the heads and I put the GT40 intake on it. So those are still production junkyard parts. So they're still Ford. I think I'm going to go Chicago. I think I'm going to go to Ford Blue. I think it's just a one-day event, right? So I've never been to Chicago. So I'm really interested to see what it looks like. It's going to be fun. I get to support Kenny in his event. And also, you know, it's only about 5.5 hours for me. So it's not that bad of a trip for me. Christopher Olson, 89 LX hash, 306, Trick Flow HCI, Paxson with... What are you asking me, Chris? That's a pretty nice little setup. Andrew Hanlon will be there with the vendor's display. Okay. Why don't you bring me a TKX so I can blow it up? Big rims are just as bad as one-piece headlights. Are you talking like 18s, 20s, Anthony Wilson? Is that what you're talking about? I got big tires in the back, but those are LMR's SVE drag wheels that I can break. But anyways, Pat, yeah, we are ordering a VS Racing. Okay, I did mention this. Now I forgot. Oh, we're putting the big boy kit on the black car. Okay, we have to do some modifications. I have to lose my power steering. Here's what's the messed up part about that whole build. My power steering pump or my power steering rack is leaking. And I have to get bigger brakes in the car to go faster. And my kit interferes with my proportioning valve. Do you see some things kind of telling you things that they need to do? Sometimes you got to listen to your car. So this is why I have this bracket here. Is I am going to mount my turbo on my black car. This used to be on the white car here. So I'm going to mount my turbo on the frame rail, okay, for support. And I'm ordering a VS Racing 8287. That's basically 87, 82, I don't know. It's an 82 billet with a 110 split 87 wheel, turbine wheel. Because that 363 is going to make stupid power. It wants to make power right now, and it needs a bigger turbo. So, you know, black car is going to be my channel car. It's going to be the car that makes the most horsepower. It's going to be the car that's going to be at the events, FTOs, the Bleed Forward Blue events, the YouTube events that come along. You know, also will be the car that you guys know the most of. The worst part about what I don't like is the fact that I don't want you guys thinking that I'm done with stock block, stock bottom end stuff. I have way more fun with stock motor, stock block stuff, which is where my dad fills that void. If you've followed my channel, you've watched this car, which you've never seen this car really make its transition. But the black car started the transition much like this car did many years ago, and much like my dad's car has done. And if you haven't, and if you've watched Brutal on Nikia and his channel, you've watched the Calypso clone go through what's called a progression. Am I right? Where it's went from, you know, going fast with nothing to going fast with a couple things to going fast with bigger parts. That's progression. You want to see that. So the sad part is my black cars probably never go back to that stock block, stock bottom end stuff, but never say never. I know the reason why I'm even talking about that is because I know some of you guys get pissed off because you don't really want to watch the videos or shorts or long videos where it's the big dollar stuff. I can promise you that I'm just trying to bring content that I'm doing, and I apologize if it's, you know, it's not stock block, stock bottom end stuff, because you guys know I've put a lot of videos up where I've beaten the shit out of that stuff for many years ago, and I'm gonna do it again, and we're gonna do it with Dad's car too. So anyways, I'm out of Ford 68 units. I have Ford 108 units, 287 first. Are you talking about the TKX? Hanlon, because I don't really care what the overdrive is. Smitty Bad, I finally got my car to dyno. 347 70 millimeter, made 552. Wow. But was running out of fuel. Yep. What should I go? Okay. Smitty Bad, you need to go get in my video and you need to wire your pump. That's also where I think Brutal's out of fuel too. So he's going to be designing a whole set, a whole system or whatever. Every car that I do, I wire my pump. So like my black car, my white car, it doesn't matter. They're all wired. Now this is actually all I had to do. The nice thing about wiring your stuff up, guys, is even if you do progress and stage out to where you're starting to get into bigger horsepower that needs more pump, you know, and more line and stuff like that, you can build a system. And even if you wire the feed, you know, the Feed My Beast, whatever video, you could just convert the 2 wires that were in the pump and then go back to the relay, and you could actually wire your Terminator X to the relay and or the 2 wires to the new pump. Does that make sense? So you've already done what you needed to do. You've already ran the 10 gauge back for the power. So Dave Singh, what's the problem? What happened? I'm still working on my cow vent area. It's getting primed tomorrow. Nice. Jason Sheridan, love the channel. I had to stop in and say hello. What's up, Jason? Anyways, so what else we got going on? I need to do, it would be really cool to show up at that event with that Vengeance clutch. It really would be. But I don't know if I want to trust that, Andrew, for an event like that. I need to have something that's going to get me A to B that I know is going to go A to B. And then shake it down after that. Probably the one I helped out was Long Tubes. They had their own trans cross member out of the square tube. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. When you start running the big boy pump, like we're getting, let me tell you some math real quick on the fuel system. Fuel system's so important. It's like, it's almost like you should build it first. But I'm new here. So anyway, the pump, when you decide fuel, you have to understand, like, E85 is probably one of the best fuels to use, but E85 has a huge downside. It consumes a lot of fuel. So when you're starting to build your pump, there's one thing I can tell you guys if you're going to build a fuel system at all. The 340 pump wired will get you fine on gas. You'll make 550, 600 wheel without running out of pump. I've personally made 550 many times on a single 340 wired with a relay, stock lines, stock rails, you know, adjustable fuel regulator or whatever. But I ran with 60s, so I was capping them out too. When you start jumping into E85, let me tell you something that I've learned recently. I have multiple Pro tuners. I have 3 MagnaFuel 750 Pro tuners, and they all have 100 micron pre and 40 micron post or whatever. It's a built PTFE negative, you know, -10-8 system. So, anyways, E85, when you start jumping into E85, it like changes the whole game. So like you look at a pump and you're like, man, this pump is rated for like 1,200 horsepower or 1,500 horsepower. And then you actually take that pump, that's horsepower crank. So being that I have access to a dyno, you know, I'll make a hit on the dyno and I'll make X amount of horsepower and then I'll add 16% to that. That's my crank horsepower because it's stick shift. It's just a normal rule of thumb. Automatics adds about 26% or something like that in that area. So long story short, we you know, when you take that number crank and then you take the 1200 750 promotes, I think it's 1200 crank horsepower that a single 750 can hold on gas. You got to take 30% out of that 1200, so now it's 900. You see what I mean? So, because E85 consumes about 30% more fuel than gas. And then now you're at 900, and then you start adding boost, and you start bringing that back even further. So, Pro Tuners are pretty much a single Pro Tuner on E85 on Magna Fuel, doesn't matter, dash 12, dash 10 feet, doesn't matter. It's out of fuel at like 750. Ask me how I know. So, that's something that I've been learning, you know, and I would rather be wiring up stock block 340 single pump stuff than having to learn that shit on the fly. It's just, it never ends. But that's just part of that progression these cars have made. So, what's up, Chris O? What's up, T-Top Tommy? What's up, Jason Stewart down in Tennessee? Good to see you guys. How much power will stock fuel lines support? About 600 wheel. If you have 60-pound injectors, a good fuel pump, single wired pump, and a good pressure regulator, you should make 600 wheel. 556. You'll be out of injector. You'll start creeping out of injector. Like, you'll start coming out of injector around 6,500 RPM, and as you go higher in boost or higher in horsepower, it'll start, you know, it'll start coming backwards. You know what I mean? Almost like a corner. Ryan O'Shea, I've read that stock fuel lines can handle the limit of the stock block. That is correct. Listen, okay, so we'll talk about stock blocks real quick. You guys haven't had a chance to join the channel, make sure you hit that like on the way in. Let's talk about stock blocks real quick, because I got about 3 of them split over there that are my trophies. Okay, let me get some water real quick. All right, so stock blocks get a huge bad rap. What's up, Swedish Sugar? I appreciate the $4.99 super chat sticker. You my dude. I appreciate the monetization. Support the channel. Anyways, stock blocks. We'll talk about that right now. If you guys want to legitimately talk about stock blocks in my thoughts, I can tell you. You know, if you guys want to listen. So, I've been racing and beating up on stock blocks for 15 years now. And the stock block basically... Oh, what's up, Andrew Hanlon? Make sure we show some support. I appreciate you. Appreciate you guys with the super chats. Okay, listen. So, stock blocks get a bad rap because... Back in the day, stock motors, we didn't have tuning. So I'm going to start there. Tuning was pretty much limited to adjusting timing, locking timing, and adjusting fuel pressure. That's how we tuned our cars. And they would pre-det and die all the time. As the tuning got better, so here comes... SCT, here comes, you know, I don't even know when Squirt even came in at, but binary editor, EFI, do it yourself, do it yourself, EFI, the tuning, you know, they started, you know, laptops and computers got faster. We started getting smartphones. Anyways, as tuning got better, the stock blocks got more powerful because they didn't blow up. Literally, the strength of a stock block determines on timing, fuel, and tune. Chris Watson, a good friend of mine, which I think a number of you know who he is, will agree with me, and he would be sitting right here next to me, nodding me and saying the same thing. If you want your stock block to live, it's all in the tune. Now, where do they split at? There's no magic number. Chris Watson is the immortal 8.2 deck for a reason. because he is the immortal A2 deck. The dude's ran into 5, stick shift in the 8th. Full weight coupe. Car that he's owned his whole life. It's a great story. If you haven't had a chance to check out Project Stock Bottom End and you don't know who Chris Watson is, go Google it. You'll see. Anyways, legitimately, stock blocks can handle anywhere between 500 and 600 wheel with a normal tune event. Terminator X has changed the game. So Terminator X has changed the game because it's like having a tuner in your car forever. Because the system, the more you drive it, the more it knows the car. Do you know what I'm saying? So I always told everybody for years after years after years, because I was spoiled. I have a dyno down the street, and two of my best friends, some of my best friends, Dave and Kevin, you know, they tune and they own a dyno. So I was able to I've been in and off the dyno about 1,000 times in the last 10 years. Because we're always monkeying with something, right? So I've watched over the years, I've never blown up a motor on the dyno. And we've always pushed the limits. So I would say that timing, I think timing, tune, and fuel are the biggest parts of making a stock block survive. Does stock fuel rails limit you? Yes. You can make about 600 wheel before your rails are done. 550-ish, 600 wheels before, and you'll see it in the tune, because no matter how much fuel you throw at the tune, or how much your tuner adds fuel on a curve, on a slope, or whatever, you know, in the chart, it's not responding. And if you watch your fuel pressure regulator, your gauge, when you're out of fuel, you'll start dropping pressure. That means that your pump can't keep up. That's telltale sign. Hey, how do I know I'm out of fuel? Watch your fuel pressure gauge and watch it. You know, it should peg. It should go from 42 to like 65. And then if you see it drop, then you got a fuel pressure problem. So stock block, stock bottom end can handle some good power. Absolutely. If you're going to build a stock block, stock bottom end on some turbo, guys, don't be afraid to throw some power at it. Don't be. There's nothing to be afraid of but breaking a block. What happens when you split a stock block? You just find another one. And how many are out there? A lot. If I split my 408, what happens? I'm going to be upset, and I'm going to take this car, put a cover on it, and forget about it for a while. Because a 408 is expensive. I mean, the crank alone was $800, $1,000. You see what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. Stock, the FOXBODYs, I'm going to be real with you guys. Usually I like to smoke and joke and have fun and whatever, but I'm going to be real with you guys right now. Stock bottom end stuff, there's nothing wrong with it. Invest in a tune. If you don't have a tuner near you, that's why I made that Terminator X video. Regular Guy Garage. Donnie B. There's a handful of really, really good people out there that have done Terminator X installs and what to do. Matter of fact, Donnie B, and if you haven't had a chance to check out his channel, I'm going to tell you that right now. Got about 3,500 subscribers. The dude is the manager at Anderson Ford Motorsports. Knows a lot about the Terminator X. The Terminator X was built for FOXBODYs. Legitimately. He just released a video today that you guys all need to go over and click on and at least watch for a minute if you plan on getting a Terminator X. Because verifying your timing is probably the most important thing outside of that Terminator X. Boom. You verify timing and the whole thing takes over. It's that easy. We didn't have that 20 years ago. So the stock bottom end stuff got a bad rap because they would break under the most extreme conditions because it was never tuned right. Does that make sense? So if you got a little turbo thing going on, bros, if you got a stock motor, look at my dad's car. If there's any proof there that I can show you guys, that car came out of one of my scrap cars. I have no idea how many miles are on it. It ticks when I start it for 10 seconds. It still holds 60 pounds of pressure. And dude, we throw meth and 7 pounds of supercharger at it. And we're about to throw a 200 shot of nitrous at it because we don't care. We're having fun with it. It'll hold. It'll be fine. So don't be afraid to throw power at a stock block. If you tune it right, it'll be fine. If you're trying to shoot the moon with it, you're on borrowed time. You could be on borrowed time at 300 horsepower, but a good tune will get you far. Fuel timing tune. Let me get back into chat here. I kind of went on my soapbox, so I apologize. I didn't know if anybody's listening or not. My tuner has said torque is my enemy. That he is correct. Torque is a tough one. Load. Inside every tune is load. There's a load percentage based off of your horsepower and dyno numbers. And I had ran Black Car at 210% load forever. You know what I mean? I mean, we weren't done tuning until we got to 200%. So, you know, and that was a heavy torque. I mean, I think I've made 650 torque in that car on a stock block 302. Now, you guys know I flip pistons too. So I'll take my stock block 302 and I'll put a girdle on it because it'll help keep it together. See what I mean? Does that make it not stock block or stock bottom end? No, it's just an accessory to keep it together. I don't want to drive over my rods when I'm trying to go fast. Anyways, it adapts to the motor. Yep. Yeah, timing, I can't see. Let me tell you what conservative timing is too. Now that we're talking about tuning. If you're going to be running a stock block, turbo, supercharged, this really doesn't have anything to do with nitrous because nitrous is kind of its own animal, sort of. But I'm going to stick with what I know, the turbo and supercharger. If you're going to be running, you know, what's considered a soft conservative tune is total timing. So like when you start creeping into, like cars won't even run right at like 12 or 14 total timing. They will, but that's extremely low. That's low. Like my car right here is tuned on about 16 degrees timing, which is, I'm 4 or 5 degrees off what I could be rolling at on give it my all tune on kill. But as I had said earlier in the MagnaFuel comment, when you run on E85, you need my MagnaFuel is capped. So I'm limited on timing. I'm limited on what I can do until I figure out my next step with that. So here's another example of stock block stuff. Pat Turchin has been running 6 years on his stock bottom end, and he's been running 990s, 960s. He's the budget brawler video guy. He's the short that I've done on my, he's the black coupe that's on my channel. Much like the Rust Bucket Racer was. But yeah, timing, a soft conservative tune is something around 15 degrees, depending on the fuel. So if you're going to run 91, 92, 93 pump gas, I wouldn't go any higher than 15 or 16 degrees. That's conservative. That should bring some longevity to your stock block end, and you're good. If you're going to run nothing but race fuel or E85 with your stock bottom end, I probably wouldn't be too scared to be around 18 or 20. And I went as high as 21 on race fuel on a stock block. It's one of the trophies that I got over there in the corner. But yeah, I've pushed these motors for years. I mean, that's the progression that I've made with the white and the black car. Is I got tired of, you know, rebuilding stock blocks, so I just started building the Dart ones, or the newer ones, the Boss ones, or whatever. I'm building an 02 S10 5.3 700 horsepower kit with twins. Nice. Joey Rollet. Hey, Dan, how much rear wheel horsepower you figure a 306 24s can handle before run out of fuel? Well, first of all, 306 probably shouldn't have 24s on it to begin with, unless it had big heads and a big intake. You see what I'm saying? Like, injectors aren't going to give you more horsepower. They're going to give you the ability to tune more fuel into your car, but I guess you could probably, I think 24s will cap. I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know if you've seen my dad's car. But, you know, we've pegged 19s at 90 pounds of pressure. So, oh, what's up, Foxcast? My dude, Caleb. You guys haven't had a chance, go check out Foxcast Media. I don't need to say that. That dude is that dude is the GOAT. Nah, what's going on, Caleb? How you doing? All right, Andrew. We'll see you later on, brother. SPT Power, 5-0 Tustin channel. They do put stock bottom ends through hell. Listen, man, 5-0 Tustin's channel is just completely awesome. I love watching Rod and what he does and everything everything he does with this, everything he does with his, his cars. So, what's up, Mr. Neo? I've been made live. What? Since I made a live. Oh, okay. What's up, man, Gee? Yeah, hey, I had a great time last night. Well, it was like the first time I was able to get out and just relax a little bit. This chair's, Jesus, this thing sucks. I hate this chair. I'm about to go sit in my Mustang. Anyway. So stock block stuff, like I said, I wouldn't necessarily worry too much about, if you're building a stock block. Will rails hold? Yes, they'll hold 550, 600. It'd be good times. It'd be all right. You know what? I keep preaching it. The Holley Terminator X just makes everything easy now. I haven't even dabbled in it yet, and I can't wait for that stuff to happen. I can't wait to see how it adapts to my tunes. Because I don't hold back. But who else we got in here? Oh, how long have we been on? Been on about an hour, so I'll probably take questions for like another 5 or 10 minutes if you guys got something you want to shoot at me, as far as FOXBODY stuff that you might need help with. But since we got old Foxcast here in the we got any possible dates for a new FTO next year? I know, I don't want to, I'm definitely not here to throw him under the bus, but that was a great time. So like I said, you guys in chat and you guys watching the live stream a month from now, you need to put that on your calendar, guys. And I'm not there just to try to promote because he's here on my channel. I'm trying to tell you that was a great time for everybody. That wasn't just for one, you know what I mean? So, Donnie B, just about to ask if you got started on the install yet. Well, no, but I did mention, Donnie B, I did mention your video about verifying timing with the Terminator X, so they need to check that one out. So, you got one to put that thing on. Are you talking about me? Jason, you talking about the Terminator X? Yeah, we got two of them actually. We got my black car and my white car. We just tuned binary editor on this last week. And we found out that Magnafuels and E85 and horsepower are all kind of at war with each other. Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. I mean, if it could happen, I think Ford Takeover could possibly be a spring / end of year, big bang. But I'm sure that type of stuff, takes a lot of planning and there's a lot of effort behind the scenes that people don't understand, getting all the vendors and getting all the time right, so I could only imagine. So, what do you mean, Robert Kretz? You do another FYI? Like I said, I am going to go. There's other content creators that are going to have some, things going on. I think Caleb and Brutal are working on something. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen this year, but they're definitely working on something solid. They're definitely working on something solid soon. It might be, some time that, before that happens. But, you know, you're talking about Alabama. What would be nice if we had one kind of up north here, maybe northwest. I think somebody said something about that. Having something similar like that in like northwest area. I don't know. Just to kind of space it out. And this is an event that could really snowball and really start to gain friction in the community, not just with Mustangs, but just with Ford in general. So, you know, you never know. I mean, this is some of the coolest things start small. They have to start somewhere. So, you never know. I'm sure Foxcast will be ready to lead the charge with that when that time comes. But, and I'm sure Brutal will too. I'm sure he's super excited to be holding something like, I don't know. I don't know what they got going on. We'll find out, won't we? Yes. So I don't know if any of you guys are going. I was going to go to Mustang Week, so I'm glad somebody brought that up. I want to make multiple events this year. I didn't go to Chocolate Fox because it was just too close to FTO. I got kids going on. I got business going on. I got sports going on, fitness going on. I got a lot of things that are going on. I just couldn't take that time off. So I didn't go to Chocolate Fox because I didn't want to. It's because the timing was too close. So I had to choose one of the two. So I think I'm going to go to Bleed Ford Blue in Chicago because I just want to go see Chicago in general. So, I mean, I'm getting at the age of my life that I want to travel a little bit. So I'm going to go check Kenny Sean's stuff out. And then I was going to go to Mustang Week in September. But I don't know if I'm going to go to Mustang Week and go to Foxtoberfest because Brutal mentioned something about going to Foxtoberfest. And that's a big event that's been out a long time too. So I'm thinking about going to Foxtoberfest for sure instead of Mustang Week because I can't do them both because that's football season and I coach. So, what's up, Mustang Mike 256? So what we should do Dan, tell Brutal not to purchase the new all-electric Lightning F-150. God only knows what I think he's selling his Lightning. I know that for sure. I think Caleb bought a new truck, if he's still in chat. I think he was looking at least in one of his videos, he was looking at an all-black one. I don't know if that was like a funny or whatever. But I think he's buying a new truck or bought one. I can't remember. Brutal selling his Lightning, and I don't know what he's buying. I own a 2020 F350, but I've had that. I'm about halfway through, and I'm going to be trading that in the next summer. I need a black on black truck. I love black on black. Obviously, it's my favorite. So, anyways, yeah, Foxtoberfest is probably the one I'm leaning towards more than anything, because that's been going on for a while now, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that North Carolina? Let me look it up real quick. Let me Google it, bros. Let me Google. Foxtoberfest 2021 is October 17th, 18th, and no, that is not 2021. Bros. 3-day event. Ah, come on, Google. I'm failing at Google right now. I am failing at Google, bros. The Foxcast.com. Yeah. It's right on Foxcast Media. Huh. There it is. Mustang Week meet and greet. Scram and speed. Yeah, just go to Caleb's site. I think it's all here. Foxtoberfest. There it is. And that is not it. Is this old? Am I looking at something wrong here? That's awesome. Yeah, I thought it was in North Carolina. They don't have dates yet. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, they're lifting the mass on like the 2nd of June, right? So, I mean, all these events are going to start hammering. So I got about 5 more minutes left. I think I am going to try StreamYard so I can bring other content creators in. Who would you guys like me to see come into the channel and talk with me? You know, maybe we could have a couple guys. You know, if I StreamYarded with another content creator, I would like to just feature that guy for an evening. So we'll see you, Jason. Thanks for stopping in, my man. So we could bring people in from the Fox community that are you know, content creators, or even just, you know, normal car guys like us. Well, who would you guys like to see in the channel on a Sunday night? You know, if I load a StreamYard, if I do a StreamYard live stream, I'd have to ask that person too, but you know, it's something that would be cool, I think. This is also something I should do a poll on, but yeah, I would definitely bring Donnie B in. That's a good one. Mike Sherrill went to Jason Aldean concert last week. Finally get back to the norm. Okay. Funky 50, Caleb, Donnie B. Yeah, I mean, I would like to stream with, like, you know what would be really cool? Would be like a stream with like just like we talk about something, like we'll discuss something, and it'd just be me and the other content creator or whatever, or the person invited into the interview or whatever. It'd be kind of cool. So we would bring in stuff and just talk, you know, shoot the crap about, you know, shoot the shit about whatever events coming up, like probably maybe even Blue Oval Media, you know, with his Bleed Ford Blue event. You know, you could bring in, you know, and he could talk a little bit on his channel a little bit and answer some questions, or even on my channel and during my live stream. So anyways, yeah, I think I am going to call it a night there. It's 9:30 my time. I just want to say I want to appreciate, I know I've only got like 50 people watching, but you guys are all important to my channel, and I do appreciate everybody that watches and hits that like and watches my videos. I want to give a shout out to Cousin Paul, Cousin Fred, and Smurfit. I love you guys. They're my family. They're actually my cousins, guys. They are my first cousins. And we've created something here that I think a lot of you guys, some of you guys enjoy. Most of you guys enjoy, I hope. You know, shout out to my guy Foxcast in Brutal, putting on a killer event again at Ford Takeover. I always enjoy talking to them. And, you know, if you get a chance to check out some of the other channels, you know, make sure you check out some of the other channels that are out there that are coming up. You know, Rod's back in the game. 50 Tustin's back in the game. Shout out to Rod. Appreciate all your substandard videos, as you call them, but I don't think they're substandard, but whatever, they're cool. I mean, he's a gear shifter like me, man. So shout out to him for sure. I'm glad he's back, enjoying it at least a little, you know, at least a little bit. He looks pretty happy in his videos. So, anyways, yeah. Outside of that, guys, we got some videos coming up this week. We got. How do you guys feel about reaction videos? I'm not really a burnout and bikini guy. Nah, I'm just not a burnout and bikini guy. But I do like me some burnouts. How do you guys feel about a reaction video of me taking a friend of mine in my white car for a ride the other day? Would you guys like that? I got a video loaded. I wasn't real sure if I should load it and just go ahead and show it or whatever. It's not dumb. It's kind of funny, but you know, whatever. And I also got video of FTO, which is our montage that we took from Smurfit. You guys, you know, like I said, I don't want to, there's so much really good coverage on FTO. You guys need to go check them all out. Gearhead 704, Funky 50s, Fox Chamber put one out. Foxcast put a killer one out. Brutal put a killer one out. There's a lot of really good coverage. Kenny at Blue Oval Media put a killer one out. So I think I'm just going to fill mine full of just pictures, and hopefully your guys' cars are in there. So anyways, yeah, I appreciate everybody for watching thus far. I appreciate my guys in green. You guys are my members, my membership. So I do appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Again, if you guys want to check out some, I'm going to be doing some end of year giveaways. They're going to be some pretty baller stuff. Some of these guys in this chat know what I'm talking about. So if you click the join button below, check out the tier. I don't think you guys will be. I don't think you guys will be disappointed because I'm going to be changing those tiers. I'm going to be describing what I'm going to be giving away at the end of the year very soon, about 6 months out. So take a check at that. I appreciate everybody for watching. I appreciate everybody hitting the like button when they do. And guys, keep it straight. Keep them cars straight. Get them wrenches out and finish them cars up. It's race season, bros. Outside of that, I appreciate everyone. I will see you soon in the next video, and I'll probably see you next Sunday. Good night, and thank you.